this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. We are so lucky that we have Lynn Baker back with us again today. And Lynn is the author of The Ultimate Guide to Scrapbooking with Children. And she is going to show us a really cute kids craft today. Glad to have you back with us, Lynn.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll go ahead and get Lynn's book moved over. And she's going to show us what we're going to do with sandwich baggies.
These are Baggie books that I've used in the past with children when I taught in preschool and kindergarten, and do them with things in the library where I work now too. And basically this one came from my book, and it has all nature things. So you can go on a nature walk, use these Ziploc bags and collect the things from your nature walk and then put inside the book.
That's a really good idea. And with school starting back and Halloween and fall is going to be here before we know it, and the kids are going to want to go out and crunch through the leaves, and we'll be raking leaves, and this would be a really cute thing to do with them. And you can go ahead and get your book ready now and have it to take with you when you go on your walk. And I know you've done a new one to show us today too, and you used the Cricut for this one.
And it has the fall tree and leaves on it, and all the colors go
We've
together.
used some cardstock for the background, and we used the Simply Charmed cartridge. And we used that cute little tree that you'll find on page 55 right there. And I cut this tree out for Lynn at 5 inches, and then she glued it all together, and you put it on one thickness of foam tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give it a little bit of dimension. And it's also been inked with some Tim Holtz Tea-Dye Distress ink, and it helps those little yellow leaves just pop right off that orange.
And the kids can do that too. I've used the ink for inking around edges, and they love doing that.
Oh yeah. And then the leaves on the side and the acorn, we used the Doodle Charms cartridge, and we used all these leaves and the little acorn. We didn't use the berry, but we used everything else. And that's on page 115. And these were all cut at 1.5 inches. And these were also inked and put on one thickness of foam tape too, weren't they, Lynn?
Yes. And I think that would be a lot of fun too. The kids really like the three-dimensional look of things. So they like the foam tape and the Pop-Dots. And so with this, we just went outside and collected what we could now, because it's not fall yet. So we have leaves that are from this season, and you could do that. You could do different seasons and put them in your book.
That's a good idea. You could do one for spring too, and maybe press some flowers and put in there. That's a really good idea. I love this wood paper, and this was donated by Judy from GrammyJudies.blogspot.com. I'll give you a link to that. And this is close to my heart paper. And I thought it went really well with this, didn't you, Lynn?
Yeah, the colors work really well. So we used just 3 bags, which gives you 6 sides, but you could expand it and use more and more. There are slip knots here so that if you want to expand the book, it'll work. But you can use the paper rings too, the loose leaf paper rings.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or maybe some jute or hemp fiber too.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really cute little book. Can you show us real quickly how easy it is to put this together? We've got one sandwich baggie.
And you can use whatever size sandwich baggie you want. These work well for the leaves, but you could use bigger ones and make a bigger book. And basically, you just open it up, and you're going to punch holes. We used the crocodile to do that. And I eyeball everything.
Did you put your
I put the first,
cardstock in first?
Yeah, the cover. We put that in and punched through it so that it would give, and this is really nice basil thick cardstock.
Yeah, I like that.
And I just eyeballed about where it would go. I love the crocodile. Especially with kids crafting, because it goes through all kinds of things that we use.
Like butter?
Like butter. It goes through like butter. Just like butter. And then we took this back out, and then we put our decorations on.
And we just got another piece of that.
For the next page.
Yeah, and you would just cut it so it wouldn't go into your holes you cut there.
Yeah. And then that gives you a cute little border of the green inside your book.
That is so cute. And you were naming off some other things you could do with this. You were telling me when we were cutting this out and everything, and you were saying you could use it if you go to the beach and put shells and sand and all kinds of fun things from the beach. Maybe you find a starfish washed up or something.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, Lynn said this would be really cute for the kids to put their Valentines in from their classmates at school. Or what'd you say about if you went on a trip?
If you go on a trip, you could put games in it to take on the trip, so that it's all zipped up and the kids can take games out. You could say, okay, every hour, time to get a game out, and then you get a game out and take it in the car with you.
I really like that idea. And they could just even put a little notepad and pencil in there, you know, if they were going to play like Hangman or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if kids still play that, but
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, I think so. And license plate tag or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is a really cute idea. Thank you so much for coming and showing us this today. And guys, we're going to try to get Lynn back at least a couple times a month. And she's going to be doing our new segment called Kids Crafts. And Lynn's got tons of ideas floating around in her head because she works with kids all the time. At the library, you're the...
Youth Services Specialist.
That's right.
Yep.
So she's got tons of ideas that she's going to share with us. So if you're babysitting your grandkids or your kids maybe are homesick, but they're not so sick they can't do a little craft or something, or it's raining, they can't go outside, you can whip this up in no time. Because everybody's got sandwich bags.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a Cricut, then the kids can draw a picture to put on the front. You could do just about anything, and they would love it. And then you get to go outside and find your leaves or whatever you're going to put inside. But thank you again, Lynn, and we look forward to having Lynn back. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with us today, guys. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye now.